back to Twisted Wrist, episode number 5. Recapping Glendale, looking ahead to Tampa, talking all things moto.
And other things.
And some other things. But, welcome back. I'm Griffin.
I'm Brandon.
Even though your name on the thing says Griffin Parrott, and then I'm just Griffin. But, make sure, whatever platform you're listening on, to follow, like, subscribe, share. Send it to your mom, send it to your dad, send it to your brother, sister. Spread the word. Spread the good word of the Twisted Wrist pod.
We appreciate the support.
Yeah. And ring that notification bell. Subscribe and then ring the bell, please.
Griffin, what have you been up to, man?
I went sledding this weekend. Went to Valemont, as you know. But, just a little bit of a shit show out there in Valemont. Like, it was just like me, my cousins, a couple people from work going out there, and my cousins had one of their friends coming, and they were going to bring a trailer, and then their friend backed out, so they were like, hey, we're not going to bring a trailer, but I already told my brother to hop in my truck, and then I convinced my cousin to bring a spare sled from the shop so that in case one of us broke down, we'd have a spare sled to ride. So I wasn't going to tell him that Seth was coming, and it was just going to be a surprise. And then the day of, we're supposed to leave, he's like, hey, Tom backed out, his buddy. So he's like, I'm not planning on bringing the trailer anymore, so we'll just bring a spare snow bike or whatever. So then I had to tell him, hey, well, I wasn't going to tell you, but Seth's coming, my brother, and he needs a sled to ride, so you got to bring the trailer. And then, he leaves probably like 2-3 hours before us. This is Mitch, by the way.
Yeah.
And then we like get a text, flat on the highway, like 2 hours into their cruise, and we're like, oh shit. Fix their flat, put the spare on. And then the next day, after we all get there, we rode Bell in McBride.
Yeah.
And we pull into the parking lot, and the trailer's making like some weird fucking sounds, like turning and stuff, and we can't really figure it out. But I just remember looking at it, and I'm like, man, those wheels don't look right. Like there's something about the wheels, like how it was spaced out. I thought maybe like the axles were kind of at an angle, but everyone, like Shannon was with us, and we just got to trust Shannon because he's the mechanic. So he's there's must be just some snow in the wheel, whatever. It's just making some creaking sounds. And then, sure shit, the next day we're headed out to Chapel, and they're ahead of us. And, right after you leave Valemont, you don't have service pretty much. So it's like whatever, the 40 minute drive out to Chapel. So they leave before us. And then me, Gage, and Seth are riding in my truck. Or me and Gage, and roll into the parking lot, and we're like, the fuck? Like, we're stuck already? And, like, I just see the trailer and Mitch's truck, like, halfway into the parking lot. And there's probably, like, I don't know, almost, like, a foot of fresh snow in the parking lot. So, like, people are having a tough time getting around. And I'm like, oh, shit, we're just stuck.
Yeah.
And then I look at it, and I'm like, what's going on with the wheels? They're right at the back of the trailer. I'm like, okay, that's not good. And sure shit, the carriage broke off of the frame. Like the welds fucking broke. Yeah. And then they said on the highway, it slid all the way to the back, and it felt like they got rear-ended. Luckily, they were only like maybe a kilometer from the parking lot, so they just kind of limped it there. And then, that's kind of where they left it. Yeah. But they said as soon as they rolled in, man, there was like 40 fucking people out with their phones videoing, like back wheels are dragging. Well, it was just a shit show.
It was funny because when I was at work, like there's a couple of guys at work that are sledders, and they're like, oh, you should see this guy's trailer. And it was on Alberta Snowmobile's Facebook or whatever. And I'm like, I know those guys. Well, so that's when I seen the whole mayhem start.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing too. Like, we never ran decals on any of our trailers, and of course, like last year was the first year we actually put some on. So it's like big Riverside R on the side of the trailer, fucking everyone's got their phones out taking videos. We're like, oh great, here we go. We're gonna be all over fucking Alberta sledders and shit.
Yeah.
So then that night we went out riding that day because it was like bluebird and shit ton of snow. We didn't want to miss out, so we unloaded and we kind of made like a little bit of a plan and then get back. Luckily we had enough sled decks and shit. We're able to get all the machines back to the cabin without having to like limp the trailer back to Valemont or anything. And yeah, Shannon gets back to the cabin. He's like, man, I'm just going to get ahead of this. So Shannon was the one that posted it on Alberta Sledders and was like, who's the guy at Chapel parking lot with the gooseneck bumper pull? He's like, this thing looks fucking stupid. And like, so funny. Half the comments are guys like, I didn't even know they made those things. And other guys are like, that thing must pull like shit.
Oh, that's so funny. But, and then Charles came and saved you guys?
Yeah, so one of our buddies, he's got his own truck and shit, so we called him. He came over. I kind of backed it onto the trailer with my truck, and then he winched it from the other side. And it was like probably like hour and a half, 2-hour job, but we got it loaded up and back to Edmonton. But fuck, it was just, yeah, it was a shit show, man. Thank God we were able to get all the units out of there, though, but
yeah.
Yeah, that was our weekend. But other than that, like the snow was unreal. Like some of the best snow I've sledded in a long time. Yeah, it was super fun.
You guys break any shit?
Other than the trailer, no. I don't think we could have handled anything else. that was enough.
That's shocking, but right on.
Yeah. What about you? What'd you get up to this weekend?
Nothing cool in my life. I've been just straight work, straight night shift. I'm on day 8 of 10, so I'm almost done. But the only funny story that happened with me, you know that shitty 95 F50 that I had, that red one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I had it parked for a while because it was letting me down and breaking down so many times. I was letting it think about what it's done.
Yeah.
And
a little
then
timeout.
Yeah. And I figured, okay, we're going to fix it up again, give it another chance. And after I seen you, I had that day and the next day after that was the only good days I got out of it. And I bought a quarter cow, so I was going to go pick up the beef. So I'm leaving Stony and I don't drive the thing very lightly, so it's kind of not its fault. But I leave, I get onto the highway.
Yeah, you say it's not its fault after you, like, we go for lunch fucking last weekend, you fire it up in, like, minus 15 and just right to the rug.
Got to clean it out.
Yeah.
So I turn onto the highway, I go first gear, second gear, and then I went second gear to infinity. Oh. And then I had no go anymore.
Oh, God. So you blew the tranny or what?
I blew the clutch right out of the thing. So my brother, so my brother's got a pile of jalopies too. So I call him and I'm like, hey, I need you to grab the trailer and come pick me up. Mm-hmm. So he shows up. He's got his fucking F350 with the 12 valve in it. It's an old 95 too. And he pulls up. We get the thing loaded up, and then we're starting to head home. He's like, yeah, man, I can't get into the boost too much. I'm like, why? He's like, oh, the head gasket's right blowing out of this thing. So
pick up my shitty truck with your shitty
truck. So
fuck.
Anyways, he got ambitious and went to go put the clutch in himself.
Mm-hmm.
And then he texted me, and he's like, because I kind of downplayed like how hard I was driving it.
Yeah.
And he's like, did you like rev this thing to like 40,000 RPM at one point? I'm like, why? And he's like, the clutch is fairly new, but I guess like all the fibers on the plates flew off. Like it just disintegrated itself.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Holy shit. So is it back up and running now, or?
Yeah, he's got her driving again. But
wow,
that thing is going straight to Marketplace. The worst thing was I had it on Marketplace. You knew that when I seen you. Yeah. And then nobody messaged me until I'm sitting on the side of the road, broke down. I had 3 guys be like, can I come look at it tonight?
Give me a day and it'll be ready.
Fuck. I wanted to send him a pin where I was. I'm like, yeah, dude, come on down.
No test drives, though.
Yeah, come get me.
The guys show up and it's loaded on an AMA truck.
Or you want it dropped off.
Holy shit, that's fucking hilarious.
Other than that, no, just work for me. I'm going to come see you guys at the shop this week. Hopefully grab my new YZ 450 and then we'll be riding.
And then like Tomac.
Yeah. I'm going to get the graphic kit and everything.
Yeah.
And then we'll be riding the Rimby Arena Cross track on Monday with it. So that'll be
sweet.
Cool.
first test of the 450 on on an arena cross test.
Yeah, that'll be a good spot for me to try it out.
Yeah.
I almost rode it at the Calgary Motorcycle Show when I called you about that.
Oh yeah, actually, when you were telling me about that, I was kind of like, I had an idea of what it was gonna look like in my head, but then after seeing all like the videos from after this weekend, it actually like they had a pretty sweet setup going there.
Oh, it actually looked really fun. I'm actually a little upset I didn't take that opportunity to go ride it.
Yeah, but you didn't have a bike. I mean, you could have rode my fucking.
I could have figured that part out.
But,
the biggest thing is I didn't want to miss work, and then I was like, I haven't rode or even like seen the inside of a gym for months. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna suck at this. But like, I'm a bit of a goon at like on that shit anyway. So like,
you would have had mega arm pump anyways. It didn't really matter what. So
yeah, but the race is only 2 minutes long. Like they kind of, it's like it's more of a just like
it's like a showcase kind of
like a crowd pleaser thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could have survived.
But it didn't look like. I don't think Hart showed up.
I think Hart was the only guy that didn't show up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But everybody else that they had in the lineup was pretty much there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to say. I haven't had a chance to talk with Shane yet. Shane Cuthbertson, who put it together. So I really don't know if like why Tristan didn't make it or anything. But from what I seen, like the event was pretty sweet. Like it looked like it was awesome.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it looked good too. They had a lot of display shit. Like they had the KTM barrels and the gas barrels, and then obviously Shane's got his connection with Red Bull through doing a bunch of outlier stuff. So he had the Red Bull guys bring out the arch and stuff. So it looked sweet.
Yeah, you know what? Anytime Shane does something, he like does it really well. Like puts on a really good display and a good event. So
yeah,
I had no doubt that it was going to be a pretty cool little thing he whipped together.
Yeah. I think the SOR, I think Jared and Courtney might have helped too a little bit. Looks like they had some shit out there, but
yeah. I'll have to catch up with him and see how it all went, and that'd be cool if they do it next year. I mean, shit, it'd be fun to actually get to ride that.
Yeah, well, I guess next year it'll be the Edmonton show though.
Oh, they're jumping back and forth.
Yeah, I think they're flip flopping every year now, but
oh yeah.
I honestly wish I could have went to the show and just checked it out a little bit.
They're always such a letdown.
But I feel like the Calgary one's better than the Edmonton one almost.
Yeah, I know last year, like, I haven't gone to it for so many years. And then, like, my brother and my dad wanted to go last year. I'm like, it's just a waste of time and money. And they're like, it's something to kill, like, a day. And then they call me a couple hours later after they went. And they're like, it wasn't even worth killing the day. Like, there was nothing to see. Like, I remember
should have just stayed home and did shit around the house.
I remember as a kid, like, I used to ask for fucking, like, motorcycle show tickets for, like, Christmas or something. Like, it used to be the sweetest thing to go to.
Yeah,
like,
well, it was a lot bigger deal, and they'd have, like, the full FMX show in some of the arenas and shit, like at Northlands and stuff, so.
Oh, the AMSOIL girls, like, you're 12 years old, just like, oh, my God.
I want to buy AMSOIL for the Dominator. Holy shit. Well, what are you off for 7 days as of tomorrow then, or what?
Yeah, you betcha, yeah.
Nice.
So I'm hoping to catch some of the racing at Rimby, and then we'll ride the track Monday, and then hopefully work on a couple midweek shows that you and I have been pondering on while I'm down there. So
yeah, and I don't know if you haven't. Well, if you've been keeping up to date with our social media, we haven't really been posting a ton of clips or anything from last episode. I actually had a few of them done up, but literally had a shit ton of work this week and other stuff going on. Getting ready to go sledding, so we're
professional podcast media group over here.
Yeah, we're gonna wait till this thing becomes our not side gig, and then there'll be some more content getting thrown up.
Yeah, but anyways, you had a chance to watch the Supercross, eh?
Yeah, we did throw it on at the cabin we were staying at after the Oiler game. So that was the other thing too, is we watched the Oiler game till whatever time it was. Probably ended at like fucking 7 or whatever, and then threw on the Supercross, and like I was trying to airplay it off my phone to the TV. It's just like not working, so like it was super intermittent, and like Shannon had some of his buddies coming through town that were staying in Blue River, so they stopped in at the cabin, and we're hanging out with them, talking with them and shit. And there was so much going on that like I felt like a loser because I'm trying not to talk to anybody. I'm trying to pay attention and take some notes.
Yeah.
But like by like the third races came on, I'm like, yeah, like there's too much going on here.
Yeah.
I'm like staring up at the TV, sitting like 4 feet away from it, and everybody else is just like talking and bullshitting behind me. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. It's actually funny when you're trying to pay attention to take good notes and stuff for the podcast. Like, I was even trying to do some laptop work while watching the race, and you can't.
No, you can't do
Like,
anything, dude.
You have to 100% lock into the race.
Yeah, I know. And I wish the races were almost on a Sunday for that reason, because I'm usually not really doing a whole lot on Sundays.
Yeah.
Like, if I could just throw it up on the TV, you know, everybody else is watching football and shit. Why can't I just sit down and watch Supercross on Sunday and take notes? And then when you, like, I watched most of it on Saturday, but when you're not watching it live, it's definitely, like, feels almost more like a chore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm tuning into it, and I'm kind of like just trying to, like, my brain's working and like triple overtime trying to pay attention to everything.
Well, of course, I already seen on Instagram, because I didn't watch it till Sunday because I was working Saturday night. So I already seen on Instagram like the results and everything.
Yeah.
So like you already are expecting the outcome. You're just watching how it played out, and that kind of like takes the fun out of it. But
no, I 100% agree. So,
but it was still a good race to watch. Dude, that track is huge.
That track was fucking awesome. I loved it. But yeah, it was huge.
That, like, fuck, it was fast, eh?
Yeah. I'm happy that they stayed away from doing the start, like, all the way, you know, like the length of the field. I feel like they always do that. So I kind of like how they put it off to the side kind of and just made it a quick little guy.
Yeah. I agree. I like the start, and actually that's the first start I've seen in a while where there isn't a rhythm lane after the first corner. Like, they turned left off the start, and then they had a straightaway and then a right before the rhythm, and so that straightaway kind of like let them dice it up, figure it out kind of thing.
Yeah, and split them up a little bit.
Yeah, I like that part of it.
Yeah, no, the track was and man, there were some monster jumps. Like, holy fuck, that triple over like I think it was like the finish line landing or whatever the fuck it was.
The start straight.
The start straight, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times they said 82 feet on the broadcast, but every time they would come around, that's 82 feet. That's an 82 foot triple. I'm like,
you know, okay, I got to criticize the broadcast a little bit. Like, they find a topic and just beat it into the dirt.
Oh, all the time.
And then the worst part is like the one main, Kenny got the start, launched that triple we're talking about. They didn't mention anything. Next lap they come around, he launches it again, but he's kind of out of camera shot already. And then Stewart launches it, and they just blow their load over Stewart doing it. And I'm like, and like the first lap, the camera was directly on Kenny watching him do it. I'm like,
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even understand. I feel like because they're like in a press box or whatever. I don't know if they're watching the broadcast, like the actual TV footage that's coming by and just commentating on that, because it does seem like when something happens outside of it, they're reacting to it before the cameras even get onto it.
No,
so I feel like
they're commentating what we see.
Are they?
They're just watching. Yeah, they're just watching our, like, the camera footage.
Okay, because sometimes it seems like they'll like,
yeah,
and then they'll cut to it and it's like somebody did like a triple fucking front flip and almost died in the whoops or something.
No, they're commenting on the monitors, and then I know, like, because the monitors will face the racetrack, so, or no, I guess they face away from the racetrack. So when they're standing watching it, they can see the track behind them.
Oh, okay.
And like, I guess for the most part, they never like leave their eyesight from the monitor. But like the odd time you've heard in like a podcast or something, they're like, yeah, like I like looked up when I heard the crowd just to see what was going on quick. But yeah, so it was in the first 450 main. Webb hole shotted, jumped it. I actually made a note of it here. And then they never said anything, and Malcolm did, and they're like, oh my fucking god. But you like, even in your like moto racing experience, and then my like mine as well. There's no way I would have wanted to race that track though. Like how fucking slippery and like square edgy it is. Like,
No.
even like just at our shitty level of riding and like how baked our Alberta tracks get, you like line up for moto and see it's a dust bowl and you're just like, fuck, I don't want to go fast on that shit.
Oh, yeah, no. That
And then like watching those guys, like there's no way I would want to charge a track like that.
No, absolutely not. But it was fun to watch. I mean, like, there was like multiple lines, it seemed like, and none of them were really faster than the other, I would say. Like,
No,
especially
it was one lined ish, even though it wasn't, but it was.
Yeah, like that corner before the whoops that kind of comes into mind. There's like multiple options. You could kind of go like on off or like quad over from the outside,
That
and then land
corner,
on the whoops.
That corner and option was sick. I did that one.
It was sweet because it kind of gave some more people that were like, better at the whoops. They would take the outside, quad it, and then land and already be like fifth gear, fucking wide open. Mm-hmm. So there's it made for a lot of passing in the whoops, but then it also made that following corner like fucking pretty dangerous. I found like I remember Jett in one of the races. I think it was the second one.
Oh, when he bumped up on Stu.
Yeah, when he came into Mookie like pretty hard, and I'm like, whew, yeah, like those guys are carrying so much speed through those whoops.
Yeah.
It makes that next corner a little dicey, but I didn't really see too many other crashes other than I guess Beaumare putting it down in the first one after the whoops. But
there was actually, we'll just get this out of the way because we're not going to talk about them much. So SMX next, they red flagged it. You watched that race, right?
No, didn't.
Okay, so they
Zippo.
You'll have to go back and look at this. So,
I did know I knew there was a red cross in it though.
Well, they red flagged it because there was a rider down. So then, I'm not a healthcare professional, so I can't even like say much on this. But like, I've seen enough of these that I kind of would know, or like kind of know, I guess. So they got the rider in the back of the mule, and he's wearing a neck collar with his helmet off. But dude, the collar was like halfway up his cheeks, and like you could see the gap from the neck collar. And so he's sitting in the mule, and he's just like completely turning his head side to side, and this neck collar is doing nothing. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, these guys are supposed to be like
Dialed in
healthcare professionals. Like, this neck brace looks like it's for a fucking ogre.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to rip on the medics and the Alpine Stars medical crew too much, but man, they have done some questionable things.
There's
been
been some social media like some bad videos made about them.
Oh, dude, yeah, but like I don't understand it. Like, dude, fucking the one that instantly comes to mind is Faulkner last year doing the front flip in the rhythm section onto the concrete.
Oh, and just stand up and walk.
Yeah, and then they're holding his fucking arms, like walking him to the mule.
Yeah.
It's like, did you guys could you not hit a replay on the crash to see what happened? Like, he front flipped like 60 yards onto the concrete, right on his neck and back. Like,
yeah.
So no, I don't know.
It's almost like they just, I don't know. It's almost like they're under pressure to like get them off in a certain amount of time for like the live broadcast or something. Like, they seem so rushed all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. Safety should be their number one fucking. Their number
and again,
one
like,
thing.
We weren't there. We're not healthcare professionals, but like, I don't know. Even that Brian Moreau thing, like he's still like, I don't know if he's still in a lawsuit with them, but that was, he says they paralyzed him, right? So
yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, I was just watching that, and I'm like, who the fuck put that on? Because it's doing nothing. You may as well take it off. Like, it's a total waste of time.
He's like, looking around, waving at the crowd and shit. Like,
yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Brutal.
But yeah. Well, I was gonna ask you if that SMX next should be like a full-on series, kind of like the EMX is over in Europe, but you didn't even watch it, so.
No, I was into it last year though when Davies was riding and shit.
Yeah, the class was thin.
Yeah,
it wasn't a very good race, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch it, but I remember like last year and the year before that, like there's actually a couple big names and stuff racing. Like I remember when Gavin Towers was in there doing well, and Davies, and I don't know, just like a couple amateurs that you've already kind of heard of their names, so you'd want to tune in and check it out. But I couldn't tell you a single guy that's in there right now, to be quite honest.
Yeah, Landon Gordon was like one of the only guys I knew, and then the Husky kid, but
okay,
I don't remember his name.
Before we get into the actual racing, did you ever talk to Ryan Kanish about Amelia?
Like how the race went?
Yeah, how it was going or whatever?
No, I haven't yet. I seen her result though.
What did she get?
She got 11th.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
Yep. So, yeah, I wanted to get in touch with him and ask him how it was and stuff. So, I was going to kind of let them get home and then see.
Maybe we could even do a little 10-minute interview with him and ask him how that experience was, because I don't think there's too many people out there that really know how it all works. You know, getting out there and getting your bike and your gear and all that stuff. So
I'd love to hear Amelia's thoughts on like how it was to race that too. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
sweet.
Let's just rip these quick.
All right.
Beaumer blew it.
Oh yeah, for sure. He honestly, I would have, because he went down in the first race and the second race after pulling hole shots in both, and then in the third race he didn't have did he go down, or did he? Yeah, I think he said he had a tough block or something, right?
No, that was Cole Davies.
Oh, that was Davies. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
but yeah, his second race. No, he got second. No, he did good in the second race. Him and Deegan had bad starts, and they came up to the pack, and then he was really close to Smith at the end.
Yeah.
But just never got him.
You know the reason why he lost though, or did shitty?
Why?
His fucking gear.
Oh, I was gonna ask you about this.
How does he go from having the littest kits to literally poopy pants brown and a pink fucking shirt? I thought it was like skin color fucking pink shirt and brown pants. It looked like a meme kit. Like, it was brutal.
You know what's gonna happen? Or people are gonna say, "All you guys care about is their gear. You don't even talk about the race."
I don't know. How do you not?
Yeah, I've always liked the gear though that had like the pant and the jersey didn't match. Like you wear like a fucking black pant with a red jersey kind of thing. But yeah, that color combo, not my go.
Yeah, it did not look great. But
no, you know who actually did win the kit for me this weekend, and it is a 250 guy.
Who?
And I'm finally thankful.
I know who you're gonna say.
Yeah, I'm finally thankful this is happening because Fox has helped me out a lot. But Shimoda's kit.
Oh, I didn't know you were gonna say that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought. Let me look at Shimoda's.
It wasn't a super like standout kit, but it looked nice and clean for once. Yeah, I really liked it. It was just an all gray kit.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, who you thought was I was gonna say?
I thought actually Jordan Smith with the comeback.
You know what?
With the FXR with the comeback kit. I couldn't believe it.
Dude, you know what? When I was watching the race, I'm like, that Triumph bike actually looks pretty okay now without a fucking safety vest gear on.
Yeah. No, it was that was surprising when I seen it. I was like, shit. So I feel like that's why Julian did so shitty, and that's why and that's probably why Jordan won, to be honest.
Yeah. I think between Beaumer and Deegan, like Deegan, dude, I don't know. Deegan is supposed to be like cleaning this series up, and he's not blowing my hair back at all with like his riding.
Do you think he's dealing with something?
No.
You don't think
I straight up don't think he's as good as we think he is in Supercross yet.
That's fair.
I think
I actually seen a meme too, and it was like, is Hayden Deegan C-class? It was like a minute clip or like a 45-second clip of him like going through the whoops, hanging off the back, almost going down, and then like has to jump off of him and like cut the track. Yeah. And then like head shake coming down the straightaway, and then cases a triple like immediately after, and I'm like, holy fuck, dude! Like, what's this guy doing
when he's racing? Because he like when someone gets on him, he starts looking back a lot. Like he'll like off the like the finish line jump, he like flicked his head back twice. Like, where's he coming from? You know? And
I know, and you know what? I remember seeing that he was looking at Beaumer. He wasn't even looking at. I think he was passing Marchbanks at the time or something like that.
Yeah, but I'm just like, fucking like race forward, dude. Like, yeah, I don't know. He's I just everyone expects him to be like when he goes 450, he's like we're gonna be Jett, like we're gonna battle Jett, like he's gonna be Jett level. I'm like, you have a lot of Supercross work to do to be anywhere near Jett.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think that maybe the East Coast tracks last year, like more his style then? Is that kind of a factor?
No.
You don't think
No,
so?
I think like no matter if he's East or West, like this is kind of the talent he has.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah,
Like,
because he just wasn't impressive.
no.
Like I'm starting to think he's not even the best rider in the Supercross class he's in. Like,
It's funny you say that because I had the thought, I don't know if I'm going to like hold the take, but like we kept saying this is Deegan's championship to lose. But like with Beaumare's speed, like it's almost his to fuck up now.
yeah,
Because he can, if he can stay ahead of Deegan, like he'll do it.
yeah. He
But-
has this. He has this. Like other than last round, Anaheim 2, where he got put down in the heat race. Like that was the only time I really seen Deegan catch him and pass him.
Yeah.
So, I
Dude,
mean,
Moseman even passed Deegan in the second 250 main
yeah.
at one point.
I remember that, and I was like, "Holy shit, dude!"
Yeah.
But then he quickly fell back to fourth. But
Okay, there's another broadcast thing. So they've mentioned 2 weekends in a row that Moseman had a retirement party and he was calling it a career.
yeah,
Dude, I thought to myself, what kind of retirement party do you think it was? What do you think it looked like?
fucking orange soda and
Bible
like,
study.
yeah, Bible study, and then maybe communion. I would say, drink
was
the wine and eat the bread.
Because a few days ago, I watched Project X, and I was like trying to picture Michael Moseman at a Project X party.
He's the one guy that has you in the corner, just fucking blabbing your ear off, just completely sober, drinking water. You're like, dude, get me the fuck away from that guy.
I raced dirt bikes. I was one of the best.
Yeah,
but
yeah, actually though, Moseman was surprisingly pretty decent all night. Like, I shouldn't say surprising because last episodes I've kind of talked him up and saying, you know, he should be a top 5 guy, and it's just kind of been getting shitty starts and stuff.
yeah.
And he was able to put together some good starts, and yeah, he was running up there. So
Yeah.
yeah, like what I don't
Where-
think he ever led, but he was top. You know, I think he was second for a bit, and then third, and then I don't know.
Where he was this weekend, that's where I expect him.
Yeah, 6.43.
Yeah.
That's pretty Moseman for this year.
Yeah. So I would like him to stay around that mark and just build from there. Like get a season under your belt of those results. And
Yeah.
I think he'll get rolling again. I
Definitely a better showing though.
100%.
Yeah.
The one guy that these guys cannot let get rolling though, and I'm kind of like actually building some confidence for though, is like back to Smith.
Yeah,
Like he's
consistent.
well, he's older than all those guys. He's got more experience than all those guys. And then now having a race like this, like when you get a dub under your belt and get that confidence, get the season rolling, like these guys might have fucked up a little bit.
Yeah, no, I agree. And you know, like with their little beef now that Julian and Hayden have, like I know it's fabricated and shit, but like if Deegan like wants to play dirty and is taking out Julian and they end up both going down in a main,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, like that could ruin the entire series right there.
Yeah. Like,
Because yeah, he is looking damn good right now.
well, he's got a few things going for him. His bike looks really good.
Yeah.
That Triumph looks amazing. And like you said, like if he wins this title, if he was to pull it off, it's going to be from avoiding mistakes, which is funny because Jordan Smith used to be one of the name house brands for crashing.
Yeah.
Which I haven't seen that much no more. But with Deegan and Beaumare being inconsistent and, you know, doing what they're doing, I guess.
Yeah.
Smith would win this just strictly off experience and consistency.
No, for
my
sure.
opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, he's looking great. And sorry to jump around so fast to another guy, but Davies,
That was sick.
that was crazy, dude. He's got to get a win before this West Coast is done.
it still blows my mind how well he rides a Supercross track. It looks like he's been riding Supercross for years. He looks really, really good on Supercross.
Yeah, to win 2 of them in a row, like he obviously kind of fucked it up. You said he crashed off of kind of at the start of the third one.
Clipped a tough block.
Yeah, but
he would have won. Honestly, he would have won that with another good start.
I mean, in the second race, dude, he was even pulling a gap on Deegan. Like, Deegan really didn't have a whole lot for him, so...
No. I seen a meme that it's like, Davies is Deegan's fucking nightmare now.
Yeah, I don't know. He's going to be... We've already had 4 different winners in 4 different races in this West Coast class, and, man, I wouldn't be surprised if it was 5 and 5 next go-around, because Davies is looking pretty damn good.
Yeah. Yeah. This is one thing I've never understood about KTM, but how fucking dumb do you think they look letting him go and him doing that good?
Yeah, I mean, KTM's only got enough money for 2 riders, so it's pick and choose.
I never understood their amateur program, because they will snag a kid that's got really good promise.
And then let him go somewhere else.
Yeah, just like someone will offer more money and they're just like, no, can't compete with that, sorry, and, have a good career over there, and then they'll go over there and kill it.
Yeah. This might be a completely stupid take, but do you think it has anything to do with KTM being kind of like more the corporate boss, like work hard, go to Eldon and, train as hard as you can, don't talk to anybody. And where these amateurs and younger kids look at other teams like Star, PC, where it's more of a team thing, you're with people your age, it's maybe got more of like a fun atmosphere, and they look at that, and then that's why they kind of choose it over that.
No, it was strictly finances and opportunity.
You think so?
Oh yeah, because they had a higher money offer from Star Racing, and it was pretty much like the opportunity was guaranteed that he was going to go 250 pro, where KTM really didn't have a spot on the factory team for him. And like, this is kind of coming from Daniel Blair's podcast, okay, but like he kind of like encouraged him to go there. He's like, there's nothing I can do here for you. Like, that's a way better opportunity than we're going to provide. Yeah. And kind of like pushed him to go. So that would be really frustrating. Like, at the time he was the amateur manager, and it'd be so frustrating to like have your hands tied. Like, you're just like, we can't fight to keep this kid. Yeah. I guess most of the contracts kind of come up to money and stuff like that and opportunity, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that kind of did creep into some younger, amateurs and other people's heads, But like, I gotta keep giving him credit on his riding. Like, his whoop speed is impressive. And then that first main, like, Smith was on him the entire time. Mm-hmm. And like, he handled the pressure so well. Like, this might it's gonna be a hot take. Like, he comes off so chill that he seems like kind of dumb, but like, I think it plays super well for him. Like, I don't think he gets that flustered. Like, even after the third race, like, I think he was obviously a little disappointed, but like, I think he was kind of like, so what? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But every rookie needs that fuck up though, to like be like, oh, okay, I can't do that again. Like, yeah, and that was bound to happen. It's tough for a guy to come in and, win a Triple Crown, let alone a rookie, because I feel like those races do kind of take experience and stuff like that. Yeah. This is his first time ever being in this situation. So, yeah, the fact that he's even able to get 2 wins out of the 3 is still insanely impressive. So, yeah. And now he's got the taste for it. Like, he's actually won technically like a main event. So, yeah, if he gets another good start and maybe has a little bit of luck, I for sure see him winning a race this season. Yeah. You see Deegan they had it on the camera, him ripping the smelling salt again. Yeah, they always show him doing that all the time. Should they just fucking credit card some lines up and give that a go? Like, I know. The guy loves the fucking smelling salts. Maybe that'll be the extra bump he needs to get ahead, Maybe that's why he's doing so bad. He's addicted to coke or something. He's got a substance abuse issue. That would get clipped. Speaking of doing substance abuse and doing bad, how about the PC team? Yeah. Dude. Drew Adams gets hurt now. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't even know what to say. We always just keep saying Mitch is just absolutely doing burnouts in his chair right now, but
I seen one comment that's like, Mitch is literally going to stand up and walk away at this point.
that's so brutal.
That's so bad.
But it is true though. Like, I even put down in my show notes, Mitch is gonna make Marchbanks ride even if he breaks his neck at next round.
Oh man, like
fuck. That
you're gonna have
team
to
is
start
just-
pulling from the SMX next kid. Like who's riding? Like,
I know.
You got Marchbanks now. Well, I guess they're swinging east, so
Yeah.
just hope his guys keep it together, man.
Well,
like, what a rough go.
It'll help Marchbanks. He'll be able to have a little bit of time off and heal. And yeah, hopefully he's able to put up some sort of a result for Mitch and make him feel a little bit better. Because holy shit, man, that'd be depressing if I was him.
He had a different team for the first 4 rounds. Every
That's
round.
fucking insane.
Yeah, but my last 250 note, I don't know if you have any more, but Billy Laninovich, man, 41 years old, makes the main event.
Yeah, in a triple crown too. So he
Yeah.
got some extra track time.
Yeah, that's super cool, man. That guy is awesome.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that was pretty cool to see.
It gives me a little bit of hope, man. I feel like I'm getting old, but
Well,
I can
see,
still
see how this arena cross practice goes on Monday, and then maybe you can make the call from there.
Yeah, Mitch will be calling me. I need guys.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. One more guy too that I wanted to shout out. Like, I didn't really watch him a whole lot, but like his results were pretty good, especially in the second one. Anthony Bourdon, man, getting a top 5 in the second race.
Yeah, for sure.
And then a 7th. So, 14. He didn't have the best first race, but 14.57.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he beat Cody Schock, beat Parker Ross. Like, he was the best of the privateers. So.
Yeah.
Shout out to
I
him.
agree. He even, like, pretty sure it's the third main. Like, even Deegan had, like, it took Deegan some time to get around him. Like, he's pretty good at putting up a fight for his position. So, no, I agree. I noticed him too up there.
Yeah. And then I guess quickly, Joe Shimoda goes 21.65. He actually had a pretty strong night, considering in the first one he ended up going down with Beaumare in that corner. So, I mean, to finish the second and third race with a 6 and a 5 and a broken finger or broken 2 fingers, pretty. Even though it's a 10th, it was still a pretty strong ride.
He's probably dying for this break right now.
Oh yeah, he's definitely pumped up. So
yeah.
I don't think he'll be able to heal in 2 weeks, but I'm sure he'll be feeling better. So
yeah,
see what he's able to do.
Yeah, let's jump in the 450s here, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
I want to start the 450 off on something interesting. So with Troy Lee not having a team anymore, actually this kind of goes for 450, 250, but I kind of noticed this. So Barsha's the only one wearing Troy Lee gear like that we notice on the track, right?
Yeah.
Have you noticed? Does it take an outside effect on the company not having a race team? Because I always thought Troy Lee had some of the coolest gear, like some of the nicest, cleanest stuff. Mm-hmm. And now not having a team, like I was
You don't
like,
see it.
yeah,
So-
I was like, when I was watching Barsha ride, I'm like, oh yeah, he's wearing Troy Lee, and it's like it's kind of like an oddball. It's got like a weird oddball like gear like feeling right now, just because it's not like they're not mainstream at the moment.
Yeah.
So is that
Dude,
like
last year was some of the best gear, like between like Pierce and Ryder D and Barsha and stuff. Like they always looked unbelievable every weekend, and you could see it in every class, right?
doing collabs with like Ghostbusters, the Venom movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they were always outside the box. I don't know if you feel the same way, but like now it's kind of like, oh, it's like it'd be kind of cool to have them back again, in my opinion.
No, for sure. 100% agree with that.
And it's fitting you're wearing a Troy Lee hat for that segment.
Yeah, I do love Troy Lee. Like that's what I ride with, and I just love their designs. They're always clean. The reason I wear them though is because their helmets fit me the best, just in general. So I just stick with the gear.
Yeah.
But so you're saying how, only having one guy is like kind of oddball, whatever, blah blah blah. You don't get to see the kits as much. Mm-hmm. Now that Webb is wearing Fly, how much sicker does Fly gear seem?
Yeah, I know, right?
Like his all blue kit this this weekend was sick. Loved it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit, I kind of like Fly. Like, they got some, and like, I think it's a combination of having like actually cool looking gear and having like top tier riders showcasing it. But yeah, like, you know, I couldn't tell you what Barsha was wearing this weekend. I could tell you what Cooper Webb was wearing though.
Yeah. But I wonder if that's just a matter of like the gear that caught your attention for the weekend. Like if Barsha would have had a sick kit, probably would have.
Well, and I think if Barsha also did better than, what was it?
12.
A 12-12-6, then I probably would have noticed him a little bit more.
He did not ride good. I'm wondering if he's not sick.
We never even know now. And that was the other thing too, is like when I was watching the racing, like originally the first two, Tomac went 6-4 and just didn't look that spicy. And I was like, fuck, I wonder if Tomac's sick. Like, I wonder if Tomac's got this bug.
We're just going to assume everyone's sick once they suck.
Well, yeah, at this point, like it's almost better off to just put guys in the top 5 that you know have already been sick and they're not going to get this fucking brutal flu or whatever the hell it is. Because,
well, you gotta pump back on not being spicy, because Tomac in the second main went from 16th to 4th in like under 7 minutes. Like, it was actually ridiculous.
Yeah, he was the fastest guy on the track, I think they were saying.
Yeah, like his second 450 main.
And then he wins the third.
Yeah. So those guys, like Webb, obviously whole shot at the first one, but past that, yeah, those guys were having a little tough time on the starts, it seemed like. Justin Cooper did not have a good race at all.
You know what fucking sucks too?
Fantasy?
Yeah, dude. I put Justin Cooper top 5. I had him in 5th.
Bold move, Cotton.
Dude, he's a good starter.
Yeah.
Usually, but he did not have a single good start in that entire round. And I'm like, awesome, sweet.
No, the star bikes were super inconsistent off the start.
Yeah. Oh, and then it's funny. I got to mention this too, but the other thing, the wild card was 8th. Jett gets 8th. I'm like, I wonder how many people had Jett getting 8th this weekend in RM Fantasy, but
no kidding. Did you see where Carmichael was fucking chirping Webb to telling he was going to get 8th?
Was he?
So RM Fantasy interviewed Carmichael, and they're like, yeah, wild card's 8th. Who you got for 8th place? And Webb was like right beside him. He's like, Cooper Webb. So then on Webb's interview at the end of the night, when he was on the podium, he's like, yeah, there you go, Carmichael. Here I am. I got third, so or second, funny. Sorry, yeah.
I think Carmichael would be a better comedian than he is commentator. That's just.
Oh, I have that in my notes, dude. His commentating was.
Sucks. It's always
been
bad.
This is what the public does. Somebody gets into they want somebody in the booth. They're fucking rooting for it. Then somebody gets in the booth and like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. Then they get 2-3 years of that guy in the booth, even though Ricky's done it for way longer than that. But they just like, you hear enough of that voice, you're just like, this guy's starting to suck. We need a new guy, you know?
Need something fresh, yeah.
So like that kind of sucks because that is what happens, and it sucks to say for Carmichael. But like, oh man, he was saying some things this weekend. I'm just like, you sound kind of dumb.
Yeah. No, it's every round though. He says stupid shit, or even if he's not just like straight up saying stupid shit, he's like messing up his words. And like, I can't be one to really judge because I fuck up words and we're just basically talking to each other. But like, if you're going to be on a national broadcast, like get some guys in there that, you know, it's their profession to talk. Like like I know people don't like Lee Diffie that much, but like he's like smooth and like comfortable sounding. Same with like, dude, my favorite, Ralph Shaheen. Loved him.
Really?
I thought he was great.
I don't know. I don't want to take too much of a take on it because I feel like I was just a little bit spicier on the commentating period. I'm going to kind of like cut him some slack for next weekend, I think, and give it another go. But like, even when I was watching Race Day Live, dude, because it's Brayton and AC in there now, like Brayton, like AC was saying something and Brayton would cut him off all the time. And it was driving me insane. I was like, dude, let him finish. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I like just maybe it's my like night shift and I'm tired and I don't want to be annoyed, but like I was like definitely picking up on like little nuances in the commentating a little harder this weekend.
Yeah. I will say too, I think like AC when he was racing and like his post-race interviews and press conference and, you know, all the media shit that he had to do when he was a racer, I was like, dude, this guy's going to be unreal in the booth one day, or, you know, a great commentator or color analyst, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't really like loved him that much on Race Day Live and stuff. Like, I don't know what it is about it, but I think he still got to find his groove a little bit.
I think for me, period, at the end of the day, I could watch the races without the commentating at all. The commentating is for like people who really don't know the sport that much anyways, is like who they're catering to, like trying to provide as much info as they can. I could honestly just mute the TV and watch it and still enjoy it just as much.
Just throw on Twisted Wrist in the background and watch
If
it.
they had the MX versus ATV Unleashed playlist playing in the background and then just the racing, I'd be so stoked.
Yeah. And
That's all I need.
And give me all the camera angles too. I want to be able to see the leader, and then like second, third, fourth, and then mid pack, and all around the track, so I can just kind of like browse around and see what's going on.
It'd be sick if like even the cameras they have, if you could just like click to different ones.
Yeah, see
But
what's
they're
going
probably
on.
like half of them are probably pointed at random shit half the time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, but
okay, let's get back on track. 450 racing.
so I watched the Sexton interview that Lewis Phillips did with him.
Yeah, I watched that too. It was good.
Dude, he's spicy in the interview. I love it.
Yeah, Lewis is definitely one of the best interviews though.
Yeah, I like his shit. I was kind of surprised that Sexton said that he liked the track, thought the track was good and it was fun. And then he got kind of spicy because Lewis was like, oh, people complaining the track was big, it was dangerous. And Sexton's face was like, what, it's fucking Supercross, man. Like, It's supposed to be big and gnarly. And I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah. No, there was a lot of bitching and moaning about the track. But, I mean, you heard what happened with Ferranis' bike?
No.
He bent 2 rear axles, and like it was like fucking up his rear wheel. It like bent, the rear axle like bent towards it or towards the swing arm or something, so then it was sucking the rear wheel in,
Oh, yeah.
and then it, like his chain was like almost fucking coming off during two of the motos. So apparently that was from all the flat landings and shit.
Oh.
And then
Okay.
and then
I got to
Kenny,
criticize the track for that, dude.
yeah, that was another point of the track that wasn't great. But Kenny, same thing. He blew some head bearings.
Really, eh?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Huh. Well, those singles, they were fucking launching those.
The one before the finish line was fucking huge.
They were that like the distance they were going was retarded.
Yeah, no, it was fucking insane. And back to that interview, Chase, that's what he said. He's like, man, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and my back's gonna be fucked, my wrists are gonna be fucked.
Yeah.
And then I listened to a Roxon interview too, and he's like, dude, my ankles and wrists are completely shot right now.
Yeah, 100%. They like, I'm pretty sure like they would have tossed those singles in the speed check the guys because like where they were laid out were pretty fast flat sections. But how do you not expect that these guys are going to send those fucking things now on the bikes that we have, right? So
well, and I think that was a problem. They figured that out in qualifying, that when you did air them out, it was faster. So, you know, everyone's sending it. That just brought up another thing in my mind, though, about the track was the fucking pit lane, dude. They gotta figure it out, dude. It is way too fucking close to the track. All of them are literally like right before the rider's fucking face. And it never used to really bother me as much, but ever since the Shimoda incident, I'm like, a mechanic's gonna lose a hand. Or something like.
Well, even Sexton says it all the time. He's like, I never read the pit board. I have no idea what my mechanic puts. Like honestly, like for a 10-minute, like especially Triple Crowns for like a 12-minute race, why is there fucking a mechanic anyways? Like,
you're gonna go as fast as you can, regardless. Like, you're gonna tell him to fucking slow down or like what?
Yeah, like you're gonna tell me he's in 8th, and then Buddy's gonna be like, "Okay, well, I'm just gonna stay in 8th. That's good enough." Like, no, you fucking race forward, right? Like, I don't know. It seems so pointless. It's so useless.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's especially in the shorter races too. It's like those guys are going flat out regardless. It doesn't, you know, breathe. Yeah, hold your pace. Blah blah blah. It's like
half the mechanics can't even spell breathe properly. It's breath half the time.
Breath.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just just takes.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, I really didn't expect Sexton to take the dub because he didn't really blow my shorts back with speed or positioning, but yeah, just stayed consistent. The biggest thing he won was consistency. Like he's got the most consistent scores on the chart.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it kind of like almost like a Jordan Smith kind of for in the 450 though. Like Jordan goes 2.31, he goes 3.32.
Yeah. But that's what we said, how like last week when I said, hey, Kenny could win one of these based off consistency. That's how you win one of these.
Yeah, for sure.
Just stay consistent, try to get the lowest score. Because even like Webb went 153, but like that 5 made all the difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
But like he was 1 point out of winning that thing, right? So
yeah. Mookie was riding pretty good though.
His score says otherwise.
Well, I mean, I guess maybe he wasn't riding good, but he got his starts kind of dialed in. It was nice to see him out front for a while. Mm-hmm. In the first 2 races anyways. Yeah. But yeah, it was a little bit surprising. And back to the kits, he looked good. The 7 gear looked good, so
I'm laying off the kits for one pod.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to have any insight. But 7, 11, 11. So maybe not the best rides ever, but
yeah.
Good to see him get starts.
Yeah, I think if we want to talk about like one standout random guy, a fucking dude, the sheriff, man, he looks spicy.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of got back into him, but a 6 for him was it's pretty wicked.
Yeah, there was just one part in what main was that? One of the mains he was battling with Tomac and like kind of just hung with him, like followed him charging up through the pack. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this is sweet, dude. Like he's like Tomac eventually like 4 or 5 second gapped him at the end. Yeah. But like Hill like latched on and like was following him through. I'm like, yeah, he's fucking like he's ripping with him. It was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so. I seen him kind of going with Tomac there. But other than that, I should have been paying attention a little bit more. I feel like I almost know more about the 250 and what happened there, but
yeah.
Yeah,
the 450 was just so all over the place. Like, yeah,
it's kind of hard to keep track of everything.
Scores are so up and down, but
yeah.
It was crazy to see how disappointed Roxon was. Yeah, man, he that one start, dude, when he bumped in the Jett, like he was getting rowdy.
Oh yeah, that was the first race, wasn't it? I think.
No.
Well, it was the one that he won. It was the second then.
The second one.
Yeah, because he kind of got the whole shot but bumped into the tough block and was like 1 foot off. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty wild, but
yeah.
Yeah, but fuck, man, it's just so cool to see him doing so well.
I don't know if I like it, but like to see how upset he was to get a third. Someone had a really cool clip of it because like he got off that last race and was like disappointed in his result. Larry Brooks like grabbed him and was like, no, like calm down. You're on the podium. You did what we came here to do. Like, yeah, it's another weekend. Like, kind of like mentored him like right on the spot. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good team, like pretty cool team dynamic they got going on between the two of them. And then just see like how bad like Kenny still wants this shit. Like,
yeah, well, and they did, I guess, shout out to the broadcast for this, but they did. I think it was Will Christian's little pop in, but she said that she was talking to Courtney or something and said that like Kenny kind of has that fire back this year, and last year didn't really have it. So I don't know, maybe he's like absolutely pumping her in bed or something like that. That's what she's referring to, but no, she said that him working with Larry or whatever, they said they get along really good and they got a good thing going. So
yeah, like we kind of said like he won't hold the red plate, which he wasn't actually like he's only 2 points out of holding the red plate. Mm-hmm. So like it's not like he's far away, but I would like to see him kind of take it back again, honestly. Like,
yeah, well, it's going to be, this next round's going to be interesting going back to the East Coast to see if people are off with settings and if there's more of a mix up in terms of like who's finishing on the podium and stuff. Because Webb's going to be probably good. Like I think Sexton's usually a little bit better on East Coast too. Kenny's more of like that technical kind of rider. So yeah, I don't know. it's going to be interesting to see. I'll almost need just a round of East Coast to kind of figure it all out again and see who's kind of going to be the guys, leading into the second half of the season.
It'll be interesting to see if we get Jett back.
Yeah, I guess we haven't even touched on that.
Yeah, dabs his foot and then pulls out.
It didn't look good on the broadcast. Like, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I bet you we see him back.
Yeah.
I think he would try to limp it out and yeah.
I'll say
all
this.
the interviews I've seen, they're like, oh, it was a stinger. We just got scared. This, that, blah, blah, blah. So,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I would honestly expect to see him back next weekend anyways.
I'll say this. I'm not a huge Jett fan to begin with. And
you've never mentioned that on this pod.
I do joke around with, him, whatever, getting hurt or whatever. But the series is definitely better with him in it. So hopefully he's okay and able to race. But
this series is that's a big hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then really the title fight goes to
Tomac, Sexton, and Roczen. I guess Webb.
Yeah, but I'm basically focused on Tomac and Sexton at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
but I said too, back to the East Coast thing. Fuck, Webb could rip off a win in Tampa. Wouldn't be surprised. So,
yeah.
But yeah, the whole Jett situation. Yeah, they're saying it's a stinger, but even if he did do damage, I think he'll try and finish out the remainder of the season and just limp it home and brace it and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. The MRI is supposed to be today, so we should be finding out pretty soon in the week here what's going to happen.
Can we get breaking news on the Twisted Wrist pod, maybe?
We can do breaking news.
Should we check our Instagrams real quick and see if there's anything out? News, actually. Tariffs on Canada will be paused after Justin Trudeau had a call with President Trump.
There's no way that Trudeau did that himself.
Yeah, probably not. But
that guy fucking sucks. Hot take on the Twisted Red podcast. Justin Trudeau fucking blows.
But any news at all? Don't really look like it, eh?
Seen next to nothing.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, hopefully he's back. But yeah, it did not look good on the broadcast. I was like, it honestly gave me Tomac flashbacks with him holding his leg out and shit. Mm-hmm. I was like, oof. But yeah, I guess we'll wait and see.
Yeah. I don't really have much more on the 450s. I don't think anybody looked fucking great. That track looked hard to push a 450 on. I think Webb kind of surprised me with how good he did. Roczen, I expected to do good on that kind of track. So he kind of landed where I thought. Sexton's consistency is good. I don't know what to say about that. I thought Tomac would actually because Tomac has done really good at Glendale.
Mm-hmm. And also last year's Triple Crown's going 1-1-1.
Yeah, so I think he was kind of more of my disappointment for the weekend. Mm-hmm. But that third moto, he fucking showed how he should have rode that track really.
Yeah.
The whole time. But past that, yeah, everybody else, I don't really have much to say for the rest of the field.
No, I guess it's a little bit surprising that Justin Hill was able to take fucking Jason Anderson in the overall.
Mitch is calling.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, I don't know. Nothing. It was so all over the place. It was like I said, it was honestly kind of hard to pay attention and remember where people were last race and blah blah blah. So,
like you said, if we just sat there and watched the race live and we're just there to enjoy it, it's awesome because there's a ton of racing, happens fast, it's good. But to try to catch everybody in each race and how they were and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's a lot.
It was a lot. And I guess moving forward, we are probably going to change the format of how we do this podcast a little bit just to help it flow a little bit better. So instead of going through each rider and their finishing results in the main event and kind of talking about their day, we're probably just going to be a little more free-flowing and just kind of go through each class or each kind of go through the heat racing and then go through the main event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this thing will constantly get tweaked.
Yeah, but yeah, we don't really have a whole lot else. I guess we should do some Tampa predictions going east. I
Hey,
guess
real quick, I totally forgot to mention this 250s. You see Progressive Insurance is now part of Triumph?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Who's working there that's a motocross guy?
Fuck. Yeah, no
And
shit, hey?
who's got the fucking checkbook power?
They're not doing any other form of advertisement other than fucking moto.
Dude, it's pretty soon. It's gonna be Progressive Insurance, SMX, Supercross, whatever. Like Monster out. Everyone's gonna have Progressive helmets, a massive P.
A massive P on their helmet. No, that's so fucking true though. What teams do they got? They got KTM, Star, HRC, Triumph now, Suzuki, yeah.
All of them. They don't have Cowie.
They don't have Cowie. That's so crazy. Like, why not just pick one or two and then do something else?
Fuck it. That's awesome, dude.
I guess, yeah. It's good to see.
Pour money in.
Yeah.
You know what top 5 we should do is like random sponsors from back in the day. Like, I don't know if you remember RCH back in the day had Microsoft on the swing arm for that brief moment in time. Yeah, they had Microsoft. Then there was Dodge was involved with that team. But if we go further back, like thinking like Camel Supercross days, the Bud Light KTMs, like
who else?
I'm gonna pull one
they
of
had
those up one day.
Jimmy Johns and shit.
Yeah, freaky fast.
Yeah, there's some cool sponsors that never really stuck around too long. It would have been sweet if they would have, but
I did listen to a really cool podcast on how those sponsorships come around. Like the Jimmy John one, for example, was the guys who owns that company. His kid was into dirt bikes at the time. So then he's like, well, if we're going to invest in my kid's dirt biking, let's just invest in mega dirt biking, right? So, they had that team sponsor stuff. And then his kid got out of the sport. The family got out of the sport. And he's like, I don't want to put this money in the sport no more. And then it just went away. Like, it had nothing to do with, like, financial dynamics or, like, the team not returning.
Or, like, a marketing person actually doing research and saying, hey, we should focus on this sport.
Yeah. It was literally like, I just don't want to sponsor this team anymore. Yeah. So some of it just comes down to that.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see some more outside sponsors. Like, I still think that Twisted Tea sponsor on the hat bikes is pretty cool.
I'm so burnt out on the energy drink sponsors. Like,
yeah, well, it's what pays the bills though. Really,
I know. Like, I wonder if Monster was to pull out tomorrow and just like, no, we got no money left for this.
They have Supercross would fold.
I wonder what would happen.
Dude, they provide so much for them. Okay, heading into Tampa.
All right, hot take. Had Kitchen been in West with how loose Beaumare and Deegan have been, he would have been winning this shit. He's taken East Coast.
Not so fast.
Oh, yeah. I'm calling it.
Pierce Brown goes undefeated in East Coast.
Wild.
On a Star Yamaha.
Wild. Actually, you know what? That's not a bad take. He's probably actually going to do really well.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm totally kidding about the undefeated, but he's gonna be. I think Pierce, like especially after SMX the last race last year, when he won the Vegas round. Mm-hmm. Do you remember how fucking quick he was, dude?
Yeah, like, he was sick.
He was hauling ass, and now that he's on the Star bike, I don't know. He's gonna be pretty good. And same with like I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot of hopes for like. I shouldn't say hopes, but I don't really expect a whole lot of Nate Thrasher. Like, I know he was good those 2 seasons ago, but he was only good on, like, the certain tracks, like the Atlanta rounds. And
do you have a list of the guys pulled up?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to rattle off some names for you.
Okay,
so 250 East, Chance Hymas, RJ Hampshire, Casey Cochran. We have Pierce Brown, Dax Bennick, Max Anstey, Nate Thrasher, Max Volin. Yeah. The other club guys are whatever.
Are you looking at a list or are you just trying to remember them all?
No, I'm looking at a list right now. Austin Faulkner. I think Swole is still hurt. I don't think he'll make it.
Oh, and fucking Tom Vial.
Yeah. We have Tom Vial and then Cameron McAdoo, Seth Hammaker, Levi Kitchen. Actually, honestly, that is way more stacked than the East Coast or the West Coast.
Yeah, there's a lot more guys in it.
Okay, I feel like I should call such a hot Kitchen prediction. Even though he's my dude.
Yeah, I feel like Kitchen's probably like the most like the safest bet if you're to put money down on somebody winning the East Coast. But he's like other than that, everybody else seems like they're kind of on the same level right now.
Dude, I don't know. You know who actually scares me? Or like Hampshire would be the quickest dude, I would think.
Yeah, well, he won last year.
Yeah, he beat Kitchen straight up. So yeah.
Tom Viel's also pretty spicy too. Like
Tom Viel is on off though.
Yeah,
he's like Tom Viel is good one day and then he's not good another day.
Okay, well, whatever. Give me your top 3 for fucking East this Tampa round. Tell me. Just throw out some names. It's gonna be hard to predict anything, but
I'm going Hampshire, Kitchen, 3rd place, Pierce Brown, which is wild because Faulkner should be on that podium.
But he's on the Triumph first year.
I don't know yet.
Yeah, I gotta see a race from him. I would do the exact same that you did.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change that list at all, just because that thing about... Wait, did you say Pierce Brown?
Yeah, 3rd.
Okay. I think he'll be good, but yeah, Faulkner, I just gotta see him on the Triumph first. I'm sure the bike's fine, but
I have no doubt in the bike, and I really have no doubt in his ability to adapt to the bike. Just like that crash last year was fucking gnarly.
Yeah, he could have some mental shit going on too with that. Like, fuck, I would be scared shitless.
Like, even if he was, like, today, the fastest guy going into this, I could see him trying to ease into it, just get this ball rolling for once. So, you know, I don't think he would gun for the dub yet, but who knows? Like, I don't have him. 3-4 is Faulkner.
Yeah. No, that's probably a good spot. Bannock's going to be good too. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. I bet you fucking Levi's doing like, he's probably like, I would have hired some like exorcists or like, I don't know, I would have been doing some seances or something to hopefully try and get this fucking curse away. Because holy shit, if I was Levi, I'd already have like an ambulance waiting at the track for me to get me out of there.
I'm hoping very highly that the PC team does not have issues going through this East Coast.
Yeah, let's hope. We'll see.
Might be the first team in history that has all the riders laid up.
Fuck.
That's bad juju, though.
Yeah, very bad.
Okay, well, what do you think, guy?
I think that's probably good.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you got going on for the rest of the day?
Going to work.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, going to work.
You wanted to be done by 4, so that's good.
But yeah, looking forward to getting to Rimby, like I said, and hopefully we'll catch maybe some interviews or some content from there.
Yeah.
And then even if from the racing or just our ride day there. And yeah, that'll be
you should hire a videographer, follow you around at Rimby, act like a hot shot in there.
Hey, I happen to know a guy that owns a camera. Name's Griffin.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm not going down there.
Professional podcast media.
I'm staying away from Rimby, dude. I don't want fucking my lungs infected with VP race fuel.
Stark Vargs.
Yeah.
Shout out. Okay, this has been Glendale Wrap Up. Again, Griffin, what do we got to do?
We gotta like, share, subscribe, follow, send us gifts.
I got another hat for a gift, so
yeah. Like, when the fuck am I gonna start getting some of this shit?
Thank you very much to Bear Down Brand for setting that up.
Yeah, maybe we should start all these guys just sending us free shit and then expect us to wear it on the podcast. Maybe you should be like, hey, throw me like a 50, and then we'll wear your stuff.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get there at one point. We're trying.
Yeah, like Troy Lee. Come on. Do I gotta call Troy myself?
He's got nothing going on right now. There's no race team.
Okay, well, yeah, thanks everybody for listening to episode 5. Hoping to get some more clips out this week. Yeah, I think we'll be a little bit more on top of it. I took today off of work. We're done filming pretty early, so I think this week's gonna be more productive. So we're looking forward to it. We're gonna hammer these out.
Don't overpromise and underdeliver. Oh,
yeah. That's one other thing I kind of wanted to just say, too. We said Monday uploads at the beginning of the first episode. I haven't hit a single Monday. And I know it is not going to be up today.
I promise.
So, should we just say...
The
Can we just say
screenshots I could
Tuesday?
send you from text messages and like people just grilling us. I thought it was a Monday pod.
Yeah, and you know what? You kept saying that people were texting you, and I'm like, come on, who's actually texting you? Like, they don't. I'm like, nobody's fucking listening to this shit. And then I've actually received some texts also too. So
Dude, the people want it.
I know the people want it. We got to deliver. So let's just say Tuesday for now. I feel like a Monday record day is usually better for us, anyways.
It's gonna become Tuesday, Wednesday,
yeah, and our
Friday.
our schedules are so all over the place that it's hard to get us even just to meet virtually sometimes. So let's just say Tuesday for now. Hopefully up by Monday. But yeah, all right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in to episode 5, and we'll see you next week for episode 6 after Tampa Supercross.
You betcha. Ciao. God bless.
Okay. We just turned the camera off, and twisted wrist. We're fucking on it. We're on top of it. We're the first ones to the news.
Breaking
right now. So we just ended it, and then Kowalczyk says this.
Wait, am I putting it on the screen or just with my phone again?
Yeah, just show it to it. Hold the mic up.
Wasn't very ideal. So I got the results today and ended up tearing my ACL. It is cooked, in other words, and a slight tear in my meniscus. So I'm going for surgery tomorrow at 11:30. Going to get that fixed up and have 4 months, I think it is, to recover. The recover time, as the doctor said. So it's, not ideal. Was really bummed. I was hoping the worst would be maybe bone bruising, but sadly not. But no, I just want to...
Fuck, that sucks.
Okay.
So, yeah, literally what we said in the pod would be a hit to the series, and that's a big one.
Yeah, well, okay, so he said 4 months recovery time. So that brings us to June. And that's, without any... Yeah, he won't even be back for the start of motocross.
Yeah. That just sucks for Supercross, dude. That I know, like, we kind of bagged on, like, we don't want to see this guy win, but it made it like, the series was fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. So it's still going to be a good series. It's just, it starts to suck when guys start dropping.
Yeah. That's really shitty. That kind of fucks up his whole year. Like, man, this guy, he's almost like starting to become a little bit injury prone, like, in a way. Like last year he was injured, like missed.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, something like that though, like that's just it's not like he crashed or he got sketchy or anything. That was just a freak thing.
Yeah,
he just
I guess.
dabbed the foot. So I don't want to say that.
Yeah, but fuck, shitty news.
Breaking news: Jett Lawrence, ACL, and he's out.
Out for Soupy. Out for a little bit of moto. That blows, but
yeah.
Hopefully his recovery goes good. Jett, I know you're listening. Sorry, man. Sorry. Didn't want this
Jett,
for you.
we bagged on you pretty hard, and like we take it all back. Like now we feel pretty shitty.
Yeah, and we're sorry. Like, we talk all the time in the DMs, and we just
hot take. This is fake news. This is all set up. He's in the middle of just cleaning out Myrtle right now. He's got to focus on this.
Yeah.
He dabbed the foot and pulled off.
Holy fuck. Should we talk about this Myrtle shit or just fucking...
No. We know nothing.
Okay.
Fuck it. No.
They did come out with that statement, though, saying that kind of...
Well, Myrtle put a post saying he's fucking taking him to court.
Yeah.
So... you know what? It blows my mind how public it is. Something like that should not be that public.
No.
Like, it's almost like it's a big setup. They're throwing so much shit out. Like, who puts the entire court document out? And also...
that's all public, though. That's all public. That's guys that just went and searched and found it. Like Racer X had a journalist go and look and say, hey, there's a lawsuit. Go fucking dig it up and pull it out. Like, they can look at all that shit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But, like, the fucking grammar mistakes in that court document, I found, like, at least 3.
Yeah, fuck.
We'll talk about that more when I think, like, the whole thing kind of unravels.
Yeah. For sure. Okay, well, breaking news. That kind of sucks, but at least we're able to hop on quickly and just kind of go over it a little bit. But
yeah, but twisted wrist, you heard it first.
You heard it first. It's going to be coming out tomorrow. I should just upload this right now with no edits.
There you go.
Okay. Well, thanks, guys. Talk to you next week.
Later.